topic, how to monetize your passion. What does it mean to monetize a passion? To monetize a passion means transforming something you enjoy doing into a source of income. It involves using your skills, talents, or interests to create a value that other people are willing to pay for. Why do many people want to earn money from their passion? Many people want to monetize their passion because it allows them to combine work with personal satisfaction. When someone enjoys what they do, work can feel more meaningful and motivating. Is passion alone enough to create a successful career? Passion is important, but it's not enough by itself. Discipline, learning, persistence, and strategic thinking are also necessary to transform a passion into a sustainable career or business. How can someone identify a passion that could become a source of income? A person can reflect on their interests, skills, and activities they enjoy doing consistently. If those abilities solve problems or provide value to others, they may become opportunities for income. Why is learning important when monetizing a passion? Uh, Learning helps improve skills and develop professionalism. Even if someone is naturally talented, continuous learning allows them to adapt, innovate, and remain competitive. What role does creativity play in monetizing a passion? Creativity helps people find new ways to offer their skills or products. It allows individuals to differentiate themselves and present their work in unique and valuable ways. Why is persistence important when building a career based on passion? Building a career from passion often takes time. There may be failures, doubts, or financial challenge at the beginning. Persistence helps people continue improving and searching for opportunities. How can technology help people monetize their passion today? Technology allows people to share their skills with a global audience and through online platforms, social media, digital products, and remote service. Why is it important to understand the needs of others? A passion becomes a source of income when it provides value to others. Understanding people's needs helps transfer personal interest into useful products or service. What is the balance between passion and responsibility? While passion provides motivation, responsibility ensures consistency and professionalism. Both elements are necessary for long-term success. Summary: monetizing a passion means transforming personal interest, talent, or skills into opportunities that generate income. Many people aspire to this to do this because it allows them to align their professional life with activities they genuinely enjoy. However, turning passion into a sustainable career requires more than enthusiasm. It demands learning, discipline, strategic planning, and perseverance. People must understand the value of their skills and identify how those abilities can help others or solve problems. In modern society, technology has expanded the possibilities for monetizing passions. Online platforms, social media, and digital markets allows individuals to share their knowledge, creativity, and services with their audience. Ultimately, monetizing a passion involves combining personal motivation with practical skills and a clear understanding of how to create value for others. Reflection: monetizing a passion is not only about earning money, it is about creating a meaningful connection between personal interests and, contribution into society. When people transform what they love into work, they often feel a stronger sense of purpose and motivation. However, passion must be supported by discipline and in continuous improvement. Many successful individuals spend years develop their skills before the passion becomes financially sustainable. Another important idea is that opportunities often appear when people share their talents and ideas with others. Passion encourages creativity and persistence, which are essential for building something valuable over time. In the end, monetizing a passion is a process that requires patience, learning, and commitment. When these elements are combined, passion can become both a source of personal fulfillment and economic opportunity. Summary: Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman explains how the human mind makes decisions through two different systems of thinking. The first one is System 1, which is fast, automatic, and intuitive. It helps people make quick judgments without much effort. For example, recognizing a familiar face, reacting to danger, or answering answering simple questions usually happens through this fast system. It works efficiently, but it can sometimes lead to mistakes because it relies on intuition and mental shortcuts. The second one is System 2, which is slower, more deliberate, and analytical. This system is used when people solve complex problems, analyze information carefully, or make important decisions. System 2 requires more concentration and mental effort, but it allows people to think critically and reduce errors. The book explains that many human suggestions are influenced by cognitive-based systematic errors in thinking that occur when the brain relies too heavily on quick intuition. Because of this, people sometimes make decisions that seem reasonable but are totally influenced by hidden psychological patterns. Overall, the book shows that understanding how these two systems work can help people improve their decision making and become more aware of their own thinking process. Okay, summary: Heart of a Dog is a novel written by Mikhail Bulgakov. The story takes place in Moscow and follows an unusual scientific experiment conducted by Professor Preobrazhensky. The professor performs a surgery on a stray dog named Sharik. During the operation, he implants human organs into the dog in an attempt to transfer it into a human being. After the procedure, the dog slowly begins to change physically and mentally, eventually becoming a man called Sharikov. However, the transformation does not produce the intelligent and civilized person the professor expected. Instead, Sharikov develops rude, irresponsible, and problematic behavior. He becomes aggressive, lazy, and unable to adapt to social norms. His presence creates chaos in the professor's home and reflects the dangers of trying to artificially change human nature. Through satire and dark humor, the story critiques social and political ideas of the time, especially the belief that society could quickly transform human beings through ideology, of forced change. Reflection. This story makes me reflect on the complexity of human nature and the limits of anxiety of our social control. The experiment in the novel shows that changing someone externally does not necessarily change their character or values. One important idea from the story is that development and personal growth cannot be forced artificially. Education, culture, and behavior require time, learning and gradual formation. Simply modifying external conditions does not guarantee that a person will develop responsibility or ethical behavior. Another reflection is related to the dangers or of excessive confidence in human control over nature as society. When people believe they can completely reason human behavior without understanding its complexity, the results may be unpredictable. The story also uses humor and exaggeration to show how social systems sometimes assume that people can be transformed quickly into ideal citizens, ignoring the psychological and behavioral factors that shape humans' actions. Over, the novel invites readers to think critically about human nature, social engineering, and the limits of scientific experimentation.